Your girl's back, and I needed some cheering up today because, as you all know, my little boy went back to Cleveland yesterday, so I'm all alone. Well, I'm not all alone. I got Obi. Obi and I, we've been doing some work. We've sewn some pants. I'm working on a little dress for Bella. Scrub the bathrooms. I bleached one bathroom so far, top to bottom. I've got a stuffy nose. My sinuses, or my allergies, have been draining. And now I'm taking Mucinex to get that out because of the draining from the sinuses or from the allergies. So I'm darned if I do and darned if I don't. I took a Sudafed. It clogged me all up and I couldn't breathe. And I said, well, I can't do that. I have to be able to breathe. So I decided today I am gonna bake. And I have limited stuff here at the house. So this is what I've decided to make. All right, so I have a yellow cake here. I have a cook and serve vanilla or lemon pudding. Okay, so I figured what I can do, I can make the cake. Our guy Mickey. So instead of using him, I decided what I'm gonna do. I'm making a bundt cake. I decided ears, since I'm baking donuts. Still no makeup, but I did do something with my hair, just a little bit. Round and around we go. Nobody knows where we're gonna go. We're gonna go crazy. Because today is day 10 of no Disney. I'm just... Well, let's bake so I can keep happy, okay? Let's go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the pudding. And it's cook and serve. It's not instant. I like to make it, I don't know about you guys, probably might think I'm gross, but what I do is on the top of the pudding, there's like a film, pudding, skin is what we call it. I like the skin. I don't know if you guys remember it on Seinfeld. I guess there was a part where George liked the pudding skin. I'm the pudding skin girl too. Boo will eat it, but I eat the skin. I get to peel the skin off and eat that, and he gets the rest of the pudding. But I just think cook and serve is so much better, the flavor. And it's not as sweet flavor, but lemon pudding, cook and serve is a little bit harder to do than just put it with milk and in a pan and stir it up. Now on here, to make the pudding, you will need a half a cup of sugar, 2 egg yolks beaten, and 1 1/4 cups of water divided. So it's gonna be, but I'll teach you guys how to do it. You guys will be pros at making cook and serve when I'm done, promise. Okay, the first thing I have to do is I have to separate 2 egg whites. So I have 2 whole eggs. You can crack an egg and get just the yolks. So I'm going to show you the easy way. Using this little cheater thing right here. You drop the egg in here, the yolk will stay here, but the whites will come down the side. So I'll do that way first. Okay, and as you can see, the egg yolks are starting to run down. You gotta kind of shake it around. I know, it's kind of slimy and gross looking, isn't it? But, alright, so I want the egg yolk. So you get all the white out of it, and you have just the egg yolk in there. So that's what you want. You need to add sugar, which is a half a cup. Then you need a 1/4 cup of water. The pudding mix. Either way, you can crack an egg without this. I crack it on the counter all the way around as much as I can. Gently separate the top from the bottom. And just go back and forth. But you got to be very careful on this that you do not break the yolk. The yolk needs to stay intact. That way you get it all. And you have, this one takes a little bit more work and a little bit more prying the membrane off of it. There we go. So there it is. Throw the last yolk in. Got the 2 yolks, the mix, the pudding mix, a 1/4 cup of water, and a 1/2 cup of sugar. And see, I'm just going to keep stirring it up. Alright, it's lump free, so now, the magic of television, folks. Look at that. You turn around, the pot's on the stove, and you have 2 cups of water right here next to it. So, now that this is on medium, I'm going to let this cook just a little. Normally we like real lemons, but I don't have any real lemons, but I do have this, which is real lemon too. Cook up a little bit, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the water in. And keep mixing. Now I put slightly under this. I'm going to squirt into here. Now that's my granny's special secret, okay, for her lemon meringue pies. But me, my secret is I like to take the zest of the lemon and grate it really fine with my really fine grater and put it in there. That way you get kind of like a little burst of lemon inside there. So now we have to let this cook, and I keep simmering it, or keep stirring it to cook a little bit. But then over here now, I'm going to do cake recipe. So I'm going to start mixing up my cake. Boo bought this for me back in 2010. I believe it was 2010. He bought me this. He worked his butt off. I mean, and he found it online, and he found a really good price. But he didn't realize there was different kinds of mixers. So when it came, and he was so proud to tell me that it was a professional 5+. And I'm like, that looks different than my mom's, because I've got the Pro. My mom has the regular one where this lifts up and down. This doesn't. This stays. I raise this up myself with this little handle. And this is a bigger container. So, I just love to tell a story. He bought this. It came. He was so proud to give it to me. And I loved it so much. I think that's what, well, we had already been married for like 5 years. I was going to say that's probably what sealed the deal with me, with him, was the mixer. But no, we were married and together already 10 years by the time I got this. So 9-10 years, yeah, we had been together. So I sealed the deal way before we got this. All right, it's starting to get hot. I'm seeing steam coming up. You gotta wait till it starts to boil. And this makes 6 half-cup servings. Now I know you guys are all wondering, how is cooked pudding and a cake gonna work? You'll find out. Yummies want to have some fun, so we're doing it. Yeah, just keep stirring this up. Now I need to turn the oven on. I need to bake it. Let me see. I'm using a Bundt pan, and it says it's going to cook for 36 minutes. For metal and glass or dark non-coated. I have a dark or non-coated. Yeah, I have a coated pan. It goes on 325. Okay, the pudding is almost done. It's thickened. Let me see if I can get you over here. Ooh. Yep, it's starting to bubble, so I'm going to turn the heat off and keep stirring, because that way it does not stick. I made the pudding first because it's, as you can tell, it's really hot and I need it to cool down a lot before I can use it with the cake. So this is first. And I'm not seeing any scrambled eggs in there, so, and no lumps. I did good. My granny would be proud. I'm sorry. My granny is proud. I've talked to her. She's given me a lot of her recipes. Any recipe that I'm thinking about, I've called her to ask about, but it's all written down. My mom has it all written down because my grandmother is, she's got dementia. And, you know, she's doing pretty good. Last time we seen her was 2 years ago, this June. We were in Ohio, and my mom and grandmother, my niece, drove down to Ohio to visit. We went up for Aaron's graduation. So my granny, she seen my husband, and she's like, what's Tammy's fella's name? She's like, that's Jay. Oh, okay. And then, what's Tammy's fella's name? That's her husband, Jay. Oh, she's married? Yeah. Oh, okay. Who's that guy Tammy's with? So then breakfast came, in the morning came, and we went down for the continental breakfast, and we were sitting there, and Granny came down first. I got her coffee. Well, no, I'm sorry. She sat with my husband. She sat with Boo. She sat next to Boo, and Boo's like, can I get you anything, Granny? And so he got up and got her coffee and her little treats to eat on. And they sat there talking. They just talked and talked and talked. And Granny laughed and laughed and laughed. And then after we walked away, she says to my mom, what's Tammy's fella's name again? We're completely happy. Jay laughs. Boo laughs. He thinks it's funny. He's like, Granny. You gotta, you know, my sister's husbands see her all the time. Jay, it's probably, or Boo probably hasn't seen Granny in, it's been a long time since he's seen Granny, I think. Because I don't think Granny ever came to our house when my mom came. I think it was just my mom. Yeah. So, she, you know, it's been a long time since she's seen him. Okay, the pudding is done. Now it needs to cool. All right, so now we're going to go on to the mixer here. And I put the cake mix in. 3 eggs. And it's emptied, I dumped out. I dump 1 egg in at a time. Okay, no shell. I put that one in. And I do them each individually because I would hate to have 2 eggs in here and then I crack the 3rd egg and it's no good. First, I need 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. So 1/3 cup goes in there, and now I need a cup of water. Oh, oven's hot. Same cup. It's cloudy looking. It's yucky. There's oil, there's egg, and water. It's all going in the same spot. Now we just lift this up and go on 1. I go on the lowest speed first. All right. Once it's pretty much all wet, I stop it. I take my spatula. I scrape the sides. Get any loose cake I see. All right. Now I go up on medium speed. All right, so about after a minute, after it's been mixing, I stop, I lower it, I use my spatula and I scrape the whole bowl, then I let it go for another minute. So it's just about done. You go on a higher speed. You start off at a low speed, get it all wet, medium speed for about a minute, and then I put it on high for another minute and let it really beat up. I think you get more of a fluffier cake because it beats the eggs more. Alright, now that that's all beat up, just beat it. Just beat it. Spray the inside on both sides so it's completely covered in spray. I go right up to the rim. All right, so it's all done. Now I'm gonna pour it in. Scrape down the sides. You don't have to really move it around because it's automatically moving by itself. So I just stay stationary and just keep scooping. I'm the type person I want. Oh, did you guys see that? All right, I'm the type person I don't want to lose any of it. And look at what I did. Blooper. There we go. Let me see. Oh, look at that. Made a mess on the counter. Let's just clean it up. Make sure you get it all in there. Okay, that goes in the sink. This, I'll clean up my mess a little bit here. 33 to 36 minutes. All right, 33 minutes. We'll turn the oven light on. And there we can see it. So we'll watch it. We'll be back. Remember, always set the timer at the lowest time. If they say 33 to 36 minutes, set it for 33. 33 minutes has come up. Let's check this. And the best way to check is with a toothpick. Put it in the middle. You pull it out. There's nothing on the toothpick. That means it is done. So now we'll take this out to cool. Because I did not, let me do this up real quick. All right, I like to shake it up. Now we'll put it on the plate. Boom. Ready? Ready? Get ready, everyone. Ready? Ta-da! It worked! Yay! So, here's our bundt cake. Now I just gotta fill it. Knife around. And cutting the top of it off. I really hope this works. We normally use angel food cakes this way, but there we go. Top half is in there, bottom half's here. Now I'm going to take my knife around. Now I decided not to put a frosting on this because between the cake and the lemon, it's going to be sweet as it is. So we decided no frosting. It's going to be good just the way it is. Then you start to take these pieces out. I don't need a plate. Let me find a plate. Now these pieces, you can eat them or you can throw them away or whatever. So I'm going to start tunneling out my just lifting up. You see I'm doing a nice little tunnel here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And then when you're all done, I go back around and just double check. Now let's taste the cake though. Okay, ready? That's good moist cake. That's really good. Now, I did this. I put the lemon pudding in a little bag. Now all I have to do I cut off the tip of this Make sure that plastic does not get into the cake. And I'm just going to keep going around and around until it's filled up. Now, another good topping for this would be to use Cool Whip. Uh-oh. I got a bowl over here. Here's the leftover pudding. I just threw it in a bowl. It's still good. It's edible. And then I cleaned the bag. Oh, that's good. That's good pudding. Cake pieces. Anybody want some? Maybe one little piece. More. Nice and moist. Now, there we go. All right, so now that it's filled, the lid's on. As you can see, it's not, that's because I probably put the lid on wrong, but also because I tunneled out in here, the pudding is pushing on the sides, so it's making it come out more. But that's okay. So, that's a nice, cool, refreshing. Now I'm going to put this in the fridge and let it get cold. And then, once it's nice and cold, then we'll cut into it. It is ready. Look at that pretty. I sprinkled it with powdered sugar. Thought, that makes it look pretty. So now I'm going to cut into it. Oh, cuts nice. All right, now I've cut it. Let's put it on the plate. Let's see how. Oh, look at that. Right in the middle. Alrighty, let's take a bite. Let's stand it up. There we go. It's got cake and pudding on it. Uh-oh, don't fall off. Okay, here we go. Let's try this out. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Let me try. You know what? It's really not as sweet as you would think it is. The cake with the pudding. Maybe because of not putting a frosting on. Makes it not as sweet. But whatever it is, it's good. Alright. I gotta get this cut for Boo. Don't tell him I already ate some cake. Shh. I'll get this cut, get Boo his cake, edit my video, and get it out to you guys. It's 9 o'clock. It's late. I know. I've exceeded my time today. That's because I had such a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do a video on today. So when I finally thought about it, it was like 3 o'clock. But I had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy all the videos I do. Just trying to bring a little fun to the situation, you know. We're living in a hard time right now, and I'm hoping that I can at least cheer you guys up a little bit. I know it makes me feel better to be doing these videos too. So, tomorrow's day 11, no Disney, and I will be back with another video. Oh, by the way, I'm not saying 10 days, it's the 10th day of quarantine. It's just 10 days, no Disney. Plain and simple. We're going to go the no Disney, just like I've been doing. So, I will, oh yeah, I look rough. I took my ears off. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Look how cute this house is. I might have to check this out. And come back and see Yammy some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.